Hey everyone, in this video I want to talk about the fact that it's more than just hustle. It's more than just hard work that's necessary. I do think that hard work needs to be emphasized because a lot of people don't work hard. But then there's a ton of people who do work hard. Obviously they're fewer and far between, but there are people who hustle really hard. They have great work ethics and yet they're still failing. They're still not succeeding. They're putting in 15-hour days. It looks and it seems to them and others like they're working really hard, and they have for a long time, but they're not succeeding. Maybe they're working 15 hours a day at a dead-end job, or they're doing all this stuff because they want to start a business, but it's not working out. So it's more than just hard work that's necessary. There's multiple elements to the equation. I think a great book to get started is any book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and then his follow-up book, Laws of Success, which is really his opus magnum type book. It's his like big manifesto. People think and Grow Rich is, but that's actually just like his flyer. So I want to talk and emphasize about what else is necessary. So we know we need to work hard, but there's also working smart. And I think, a lot of people emphasize work hard a ton. Gary Vaynerchuk, he does that a lot. And many people do as well. And I have numerous times in my videos, I've done whole montages where I talk about all these celebrities and successful people who worked hard. But what else is necessary? Well, there's working smart, 80-20 rule. Find the 20% of stuff that gets 80% of results and stop doing the stuff that wastes time. So working smart is part of the picture as well. And I really want to explore this deeper because it's so true, and people get caught up in this, and it's not the full truth of the matter, and I believe it is not the full truth, and people don't realize this. So other than work hard and work smart, what else is there? Well, in this video I want to focus on one specific thing. I think there's a lot of factors, but the one I want to focus on specifically is that you have to have a strong why. Now, this isn't everything. There's many other factors, but why is important. Now, what I mean by this is you have to have a strong reason for doing what you're doing. And I did a whole video on the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And some people think it's the best book in the world. I think it's fairly good. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. And it really goes into depth about, well, what else should you look at? So for instance, if you really are interested in a topic, or you're really passionate about changing the world or making a difference or impacting lives, then no matter what, no matter your obstacles and struggles and your pains and setbacks and failures, you will keep going. Steve Jobs says that it's so important to be interested in your topic, and people overlook this because they're chasing the money. Their why for working 15 hours a day and living on a horrible apartment room is because they want to make money. And guess what? Those people eventually will be outstripped by the people who have that work ethic but are doing it for a better reason or a bigger reason, like the fact that they're deeply interested in the topic or a higher purpose. So I know like a ton of people who have these higher purposes, and I'm going to be honest, I don't really have some super high purpose like, oh, I want to change the world or make a deeper impact. On some level I do, but not like some of these people. Quite frankly, I'm just interested in these topics. I'm interested in business and so forth. I'm not someone who's like, I want to change the entire world. I was harmed or abused as a child, so I want to affect the world and prevent more of that. There's part of me that's like that, but not so much as the big players. Just honestly, I'm interested in self-development. So that's why I talk about this stuff. And it kind of sucks sometimes when you get obstacles that come up. And again, going back to Steve Jobs, one of the things he said was, when you're so deeply interested in a topic, even if it seems like there's no way it will progress any further and everything seems like a dead end and you failed, well, you're going to keep going. And that's what allows you to succeed. Steve Jobs said that, and if you guys don't know who he is, he's the guy behind Apple, the company. And he said that any sane person would have given up numerous times ago. But because you love it so much, you keep going and you hit that breakthrough. So that's just so important. Like if you see that, I think it's so true. There's that saying, and it's kind of annoying, but there's this quote: insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result. Now, sometimes that's absolutely true. But sometimes you haven't tried enough. You need to go through 15, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 failures before you get that invention to work. That's how Thomas Edison did it. You know, he went through thousands of failures and he didn't give up. Other people, you know, after their first bankruptcy or business failure or whatever, they throw up their hands. Now, who do you think's going to succeed in the long run doing that? Like that type of work ethic, that type of tolerance and resiliency, that's how they get ahead. And there's thousands of successful people where if you ask them that, Usher, he's doing a master class recently, and he said that too in his trailer. I saw the trailer for this master class he's doing, and he said, I have more failures than successes in my life. Many more. So understand this. Understand what you're trying to do, because it makes sense. And it kind of annoys me because I remember a few years ago, quite a while ago, I was having issues with dating. And you know, when you're doing that, and especially when you go online, it's never a good thing to do, because especially when you're online, even these people who call themselves gurus, especially if they're anonymous on a forum, you never know. But sometimes there's some good people on there. But I posed this question, like I was frustrated, and he was just like, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and failing. But that's not always the truth of the matter. Sometimes you may have to pivot a bit. Sometimes when you have a deeper why, that's what propels you to success. It gets you through that dip. There's this great book called The Dip, where people give up. And that's really where the most successful people thrive, because that's the point where it seems like everything's going wrong. For instance, right now I'm getting 20 views per video. I've put out 500 videos, still getting 20 views. This is where people would give up. People would say, you know, I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's going to work. But this is where successful people thrive. You know, it may require some pivoting and changing and seeing how can I make videos that are maybe slightly different to get it to work. But the general theme of where you're going, where you want to go, I want to succeed on YouTube, that's where you make that transition. That's where most people give up. 99% of people, they quit. And in all honesty, that's one of the best ways to get yourself ahead in a highly competitive world, like on YouTube. YouTube's very crowded right now. But if you can get past that hump, if you can get past that point where most people would give up because they don't like it enough, they're not really as interested as they claim they are in the subject. They say, oh, I love YouTube. YouTube is my life. And then they post like one video per 6 months. So again, that's just an example. I wouldn't say YouTube is my life or anything like that. But keep those things in mind. Quite frankly, YouTube is definitely a tougher place, especially based on the genre of your channel. YouTube has horrible YouTube comments. So those sort of things, I mean, it can definitely stop someone. And it's definitely not something I like. And it's definitely one of those things that kind of tells me maybe I don't want to have millions of subscribers and viewers. So keep those things in mind. It's one of those things. It sucks, but the successful people will not let that stop them. You oftentimes get a lot of ignorant and negative comments in your videos, and it happens to everyone. You know, obviously, if you're getting floods of them, maybe you're doing something wrong. But you know, everyone, no matter who they are, they get these comments like once every 100 videos or 1,000 videos, or uh, uh, 10 comments or 100 comments. And I think in order to succeed, there are tons of obstacles that you have to surmount in order to get there. So that's all for this video, and obviously there's other things involved. Deciding on the right destination or goal. For me, it's definitely not millions of subscribers anymore. Perhaps in the past it was. You have to define your proper goal, because you have to be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it and realize it's not what you want. So there you go. Hopefully you like this. I thought it was a knowledge bomb. There's thousands of things. Okay, not thousands. About 5 things in there that I think you can really apply to your life. And I will see you in the next video. I do videos every Thursday. And I'll see you next week if you're subscribed. If you want to subscribe, you hit the big red button below this video that says subscribe. Only for successful people looking to improve. I'll see you guys later. Peace.